Hey, hey, hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnouttooallout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in.
I am still struggling with getting enough time to write. Okay. So post is no problem. Post is fine. It's the writing part. And I have plenty. It's in my brain. Okay. It's not a problem. It's just finding the time to sit down and do it. And I'm just wondering if you could give me any tips besides hiring a copywriter, because I know I could probably do that. But they're never going to say what I want them to say.
No, and I think it's actually really important as you're building your brand that you do the writing. The only reason I hired out to have help with my copyright is now I'm a CEO of a huge team and company, and I still create a ton of my content. But what I want to tell you is that in the process of outsourcing some of my content, I've lost my edge of it being from me. And I don't like that. So what I was going to tell you, and this is for all of you guys, and I'm going to show you my calendar in a minute. I am. So I want all of you to see content creation as an income producing activity that deserves time in your calendar. Because some of you are coming to social media, specifically LinkedIn and all the platforms, and you've come from historically being an average user of the platform that just posts on a whim, which is what your average consumer does. And so then when you come in as a business owner, you think, oh, it should just come to me intuitively to just share my thoughts or be able to create it right when it's time. But if you back the truck up and forget that you're growing a business on the internet, and that you're leveraging social media. So just set that aside and ask yourself, in the traditional world of business, does there need to be a strategic marketing campaign? Does there need to be strategic messaging? Does there need to be strategic cadence and timing in which all of this is coming out? And to that, I would say is yes.
Yes.
And so if we think that by coming in hot each week that we can just create content when it's time to show up, we've totally missed the boat on strategic marketing and attraction marketing and brand building. And so what I was telling everybody in the group coaching call earlier today is that when you go to the LinkedIn checklist, let's be clear that content creation is not part of that checklist. When you look at the checklist, it's saying post your content. What it's not saying is create your content. There is no way you can get in and out with that list in 20 minutes and also create the content. So what I have learned to do this past year, and this is a best practice for all of you, is, and it can be, this past year, it was once a month, and I found that's not nearly enough time. So this coming year, it's once a week. I have a creative day where I take no calls, and it's in the middle of the week, and it's on Wednesdays. That creative day is designed to create social media, to write my content, to record my podcast. It's all the things that need to come out of me to be my brand. And this past year, I was chasing my tail on this, so it was once a month, okay? And what I had as a time block for 4 hours once a month, for me, already having a mapped out plan, I know my 5 pillars on LinkedIn. And when it comes to recording day, I know exactly what I need to record, what I need to write, what I need to say, what voice notes I need to make, because I know my content pillars and I've already mapped it out. So when I sit down for creation, it's go time to create that content. So if you can time block, coming into that time block, knowing your content pillars and what you need to create on. So that's the first thing. Then B, when you slide in to actually do the content creation in that time block, you're prepared and you're going to crank out so much content. And what I find is when you time block, you create space for miracles too and magic. Because how many of you get started on something and all of a sudden the ideas start to like domino and you're on a roll and all of a sudden you're like, gosh, this content is like becoming voluminous and I'm going to need a couple of days or weeks to use this content.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't time blocked to create that space, what happens is you get into flow state and then boom, you've got a call. Boom, you got to get pulled into something else. Boom, you've got something else scheduled. You didn't create. We all need to operate in the feminine and the masculine to run our businesses. Content creation is very much in the feminine. And if we don't create space in our calendar for that flow to create, and it's superseded by the masculine of being overly scheduled, then we never get the content actually created. Sense? So, yes, you have a follow-up question?
Well, no, I just was going to say, and I have tons of notes. Well, just like you said, I mean, I have thoughts all the time. So they're always getting written down. Mm-hmm. And I use the notes on my PC. I'm constantly taking notes, or I have ideas from others where I'm taking them and manipulating them around to match what I'm doing. And so I have tons of notes. I think it's just getting them on paper and putting them where they make sense. And I know it can be imperfect. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with being imperfect. My husband would disagree, but I can do that. I think it's just getting me to do it is the problem. And then I feel like I guess I do have to feel like it looks halfway decent when I put it onto LinkedIn with the photo and all that stuff to the article. So I guess time blocking is not one of my greatest things because my clients are not time blocked. My clients will come in and out all day long. And it's not in the mortgage business, it's not a thing that you can time block very well. So it's not great with time blocking, but I appreciate that. And I guess I do need to do a better job at that.
Absolutely. Well, and that's what I was going to say is with the content creation piece, if you truly block it in your calendar as if it's a call you have to take with a client. I've actually, and I know you said in the mortgage industry, it's a little bit more difficult to do this, but I've gotten to a place where I try to make it feel luxurious, which I know sounds really weird. But right now I'm in my masculine. I'm at a different computer where I'm coaching and I'm really active. And when I'm creating, there's this white couch behind me with this nice comfy blankie and a little table where I drink a latte and burn a candle. And I have a laptop and I'm super comfy and I'm cozy. And it psychologically allows me to look forward to it and create enough space in my calendar that I get to play with it and feel flowy and fun. I find that when I try to overly regiment it and squeeze it in between other things, that's where it feels really forced and I dread it. But if you can look forward to it, like, again, I'm taking it to a whole nother level. I'm not sure that you can do this, but like, I don't take calls on content creation days. Hair, makeup, not done. I'm in super comfortable pajamas and I'm in a totally different state. And I get it all done. So that's my 2 cents there. Now that's the flip of, that's like creating, also a time block if you're doing video. Then the hair and the makeup, have to look decent, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Well, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I was going to show you guys my calendar, but I think you get the gist. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. I cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.